Hi, welcome to Shesgotflavor. I'm Utopia Langley, and normally I am here to share recipes, but on my blog I also talk about my thoughts. And here recently I've been very interested in reading books. So today I have with me Christine Patrick. I'm so excited to have her here. She is a new author, and her very first book is called The Truth About Awiti. And so welcome, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and start by telling us just a little bit about yourself and why you decided to be an author.
Okay. Well, I am 38 years old. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. I've always enjoyed writing, always, loved writing poetry. I loved writing fiction, doing a lot of creative writing, and so I just decided to go ahead and pursue my passions and see if I could write a novel, and I did, and so I'm very excited about it. Very excited.
So tell us a little bit about your educational background.
Okay. So I have a bachelor's and a master's in African American Studies.
Okay.
And then I also have a Juris Doctor. So
wow.
Also a lawyer.
Okay.
And so obviously African and African American history very near and dear to my heart. And so it's a big component of what I write about.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay, so you said that you have a bachelor's and a master's in African American studies. So tell me, as an African American woman, in that discipline, did you have any challenges?
Not at all, not at all. African and African American studies and a lot of the social sciences, they're very, I would say, gender neutral.
Okay.
And it's because a lot of the disciplines, they sort of cross across so many other disciplines. So it's not uncommon for a writer or a student in African American history to have a class with someone that's just majoring in general history or women's studies. So I found it to be a very friendly sort of discipline. Yeah.
So The Truth About Awiti is a fictional novel, correct? Okay, so what made you decide to do a fictional novel for your first book versus a nonfiction?
That's a very good question. I'm pretty sure, given my background, you would think that I would jump straight into doing nonfiction, right? But actually, I find fiction to be a lot more fun to write. I have an opportunity to be much more creative and expressive in my writing, and so I really enjoy that. And so that's probably the main reason that I, geared towards fiction. But I will say this, my writing sort of weaves and incorporates in a lot of nonfiction. So a lot of history is interwoven into the stories that are being told. They're just being told from a fictional perspective.
Okay, so now you have me intrigued.
Good.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us all about the storyline?
Okay, so The Truth About Awiti is basically about a restless slave spirit named Awiti, and the story premise is basically centered around a theory in African American history that the restless slave spirits find their ways to seek havoc and seek justice for what was done to them. And one of those means is through hurricanes. And so sort of the factual I guess information around that theory is that hurricanes start off the west coast of Africa. That's sort of where the winds build, and that's where the slave castles were. And then they sort of move across the Atlantic, gaining momentum, and then they sort of hit the southern states, right, the slave-holding states. And so that's how that theory sort of came about, and so that's sort of the theory that I played on. And The Truth About Awiti starts with the Portuguese entering Africa, entering Awiti's village, and it ends with the onset of Hurricane Katrina. Okay.
This is going to be very interesting. So you have your creative side, and then you also will learn something from the book as well. I love it. I cannot wait to read it. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your relationship with Awiti.
So it's very funny. A lot of writers, you hear that they sort of have this relationship with their main character. That they talk to them or they speak to them. And, I used to hear or read about writers saying that and you're like, they're so crazy. But it's true, you know, you're basically building a person from nothing.
Right.
And so you know all of their strengths, you know their weaknesses, you know
Right.
their flaws, and it's kind of hard not to become endeared
Right, absolutely.
to them. So I definitely
Yes.
have a relationship with Awiti, and I love her
Alright.
very much as a character.
Okay, well, I hope to love her as well.
You will. You will.
There was a recent movie called 12 Years a Slave,
Yes.
and that also was based off of a book.
Yes.
You know, how do you see Awiti on film? Do you see her, this book, as a possibility to be in film? And then also, is there an actress out there that you think would be a great you know, person to play that role?
Absolutely. I think it's every writer's dream, or even an artist even, to see their work come to life, whether it be on screen, whether it be on, you know, through a painting.
Yes.
And so I can absolutely envision Awiti as a movie. If there was a celebrity actress, I would probably say Thandie Newton.
Okay.
I feel that she sort of fits that role, and I love her work. She's a phenomenal actress. And then if it's someone lesser known,
Yes.
I actually have one of my undergraduate classmates.
Okay.
She is in Hollywood and, you know, working on her first few movies, and I would love for her to play that role.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Carrie Ann Ellington.
Oh. Okay, Carrie Ann Ellington. You heard that. You'll be the first one that she will call. She
Absolutely.
said it here. Okay, so tell me, do you have a book launch scheduled? And do you have tours?
I do. So my book launch is March 29th.
Okay.
It's here in DC.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'll come.
Please come. It's at Busboys and Poets.
Okay.
And, you know, I'll do a few readings. I'll answer some questions, you know, do some door prizes. It'll be a lot of fun. And then I also have a few other events that I'm attending, and some others that are in the works. So, for example, I'll be at the Celebration of Black Writers Festival.
Okay. All right.
And that's in Philadelphia. That'll be in May.
Okay.
And just a few other things going on throughout the summer. All of the information is on my website, and that's probably the best way to stay current, because as soon as I get a new date, I update it on my website. So
Okay. All right. And tell us, what is your website?
Oh, sorry. Yes, my website is cppatrick.com. So
All right. Very good. So, will the book be available for pre-order?
Actually, yes. The ebook is available for pre-order now, so I'm very
Awesome.
excited. And I've already gotten some pre-orders in, which
All
is like every
right.
writer's
That is
dream,
great.
right? So I'm very
Yes.
excited about that. And then there will also be a print version of the book, and
Okay.
that will be available March 27th.
Okay. So
Yes.
the pre-order, you can order that.
You can pre-order the ebook, but if you want to wait for the print book,
And where can you pre-order?
oh, I'm sorry, at Amazon.com.
Okay. All right.
And you can also do it through my website as well.
Awesome. I'm so excited, Christine.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to thank you. I am honored to be in your presence. I think that we will hear so much more from you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
so
you.
excited. I'm excited about the truth about Awiti, and I'm excited about you.
Thank you.
So guys, you heard it here. If you visit her website at www.cppatrick.com, and you can also pre-order the book at amazon.com. Until next time, she's got flavor. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.